All right, so you now should at this point you should know how to create, how to get your funnel started, how to name it, how to keep it organized, and all that. Now at this point, the question should be, all right, cool, I've gotten this far. Now, how do I build out the steps? Because that is what this we're saying. The steps. We're going to call this the funnel step editor. I'm not entirely sure if that's what it's called, but look, funnel steps. So it probably is called the funnel step editor. I'm just not sure. So how the hell do we use this entire thing? So first thing you would need to know is you would need to know. Let's assume this is blank or that you want to add a new step in general. Um, so you want to hit add new step and then you want to change the name of the funnel step. Now, what's going to make your life so easy is if you keep all the naming conventions of everything something that you understand. Preferably, you name it exactly what's happening or being given away or being sold on that page. So let's say we're selling uh, a fat burner called T-Rex fat burner, right? Let's say we're selling T-Rex uh, fat burner. But I wouldn't put all that. I would just say T-Rex, and let's say it's a lead magnet. So let's do free plus shipping, and I'll get into the terminology and all that in a later time. Now the path. This is also important as far as Facebook ads are concerned. We'll get more into that in a later part of the course. But just know that you want all of these to be unique, and ClickFunnels forces you to make them unique. You can't make any two paths the same. But the path is the stuff that shows up after the .com or .org or whatever. So let's say all of this stuff didn't exist. Then this would be the path. So that's basically what you're deciding on as far as the path is concerned. So let's name this one T-Rex. So hit submit. Show in funnel. Let me just briefly describe. So show in funnel means it's going to be listed here. What you can also do, it's not going to show up right now, but here I'll just create another one. T-Rex dupe. I don't really care because it's just an example. Just so you can see what happens when you don't show it in the funnel. Let that load for a second. All right, so other funnel steps, it'll show up right here. This is very rare that you're going to need to use this, but let's say you have like a terms of service page, a privacy policy, a refund policy. That could be stuff that you can have show up outside of the funnel, but it's still a page they can access like through something else, like through a link on your page. Maybe there's a blog post that you want to put on there and you don't need it to show up inside of the funnel. So you would put it in other funnel steps. And then just put links that'll take them out of there and then take them to other sales pages, landing pages, anything else. So that's basically what that is. It keeps it outside of here so that this can stay clean. So boom, you now have your funnel step made. All right, cool. You now have your funnel step made. It's in there. Now what do you do? How do you basically get started? Well, it depends on what it is that you're trying to do with this funnel step. So now this is where we get into what's going on up here. The thing about, so yes, when you're coming up here and when you're creating your funnel, they do give you certain options on what it is that you can have going on. But when it comes to when you're making your funnel, you can do anything once you're actually in there and editing it. That's the beauty of it. You can literally do anything you want with it. I think it's with the exception of webinar replays. You will have to actually go into webinar replays and make it from here if you want the functionality of a webinar replay, like the emails and all that stuff that actually make it evergreen. But other than that, you can make a live webinar. As you can see from here, I can go in here and I can make a broadcast room and a registration page. I can. The other exception would be membership areas. You have to actually click this to get the functionality of a membership area. So yeah, there's that. Product launch, we can literally go in there and product launch, like we can do all of that. Sales funnels, obviously we can make sales pages no matter what. Collect emails, that's the one that we made, but we can make opt-in pages no matter what. So just remember that these are guidelines, that you're not like pigeonholed by anything. So you can add different sorts of steps or change funnels to do whatever it is that you want to do. So now that brings us back to here. So you actually can, I take that back about the membership area. No matter what, you can even make a membership area. So the only exception is the webinar replays. You have to actually go into here, host webinar, go to webinar replay. But I bet you there's a workaround where you can make it in here anyways. Basically, in order to make any sort of page that you would like, you have to go into here and click it from these options, these various options that you have up here. And the reason you want to do that is because every single page is going to have a different functionality. We will go further into that later on, but like the email opt-in, this one not so much, because no matter what, you can set this up. All it requires is just having a box for them to put their email in, a button, and then integrating it with your email marketing platform, which I will show you how to do with Aweber. Thank you pages will be under opt-in. Sales pages, you have the regular old sales page, and if I didn't mention it yet, they give you templates, obviously. Normally I'll use a template, but a lot of times I'm photo hacking, which means I'm sort of like swiping, sort of copying the design of a different funnel. So I start off with a blank sales page, and then work like that. Or I'll completely duplicate one of my working funnels and then use that as a swipe as well. So I hardly ever use these anymore, but at first, when I first started, I definitely use these all the time. So feel free to use these. A lot of these are tested. I know for a fact all the mother funnel ones, I don't know if this will be in here at the time that you're watching this, but all the mother funnel ones are created actually by Russell Brunson and his team. This is something that I don't know if they released it yet, but they were definitely working on it. And I saw them talking about it like crazy on on Russell Brunson's YouTube channel. So right here we have product launches. This is a sideways sales letter. I'll show you what those are and how to get the most out of them. But just know that that's here. Order forms. This is where people can actually purchase. One-click upsells. This is after someone buys, they click a button and then the purchase is immediately added to their cart. They don't have to, they don't have to put their cart information in again. It's just automatically added. A downsell. So the way this works, I'll explain this real quick. So let's just put it in there actually. Let's put this one in here. Sure, that's cool. OTO downsell. So notice this part changes, so you know what sort of page that is. So we know that's a downsell. Let's just name this upsell. We don't need a path. I already showed you guys how to do that. And you see if you don't put a path, then it'll just auto-populate. So boom, let's do upsell. Let's just pick the same one. So the way these work, just a real quick explanation. Let's say they buy something, they're offered special one-time offer, and then if they If they're like, no, I don't want this, man, no thanks. What happens is they're immediately taken to this page, and then they're offered something else. So that's basically how the downsell works, just in case you needed to know. Test. It's probably going to name a lot of funnels test throughout this course. Or hopefully we can just live inside of a couple of funnels and I can just keep building upon what we've been talking about. Order confirmation. This basically auto populates with a lot of stuff that you would need. Where after someone's done purchasing something, the ClickFunnels made it so that they'll give them very specific links that they can click that'll take them to the thank you page, and then all you do is change the thank you page to the membership area, and then they'll be able to access their purchases at any time. You also want to make sure they're sent emails and stuff, and we'll go into that in further detail later on in this course. Webinar registrations, these are just landing page opt-in pages. I mean, there's no real difference between the registration pages and the email opt-in pages in terms of what it is that they do, but I know that they make these slightly differently because, like, you're asking someone for an hour of their time, so it takes a little bit more selling on the page. Versus an email is like, yo, you can have this free thing, but notice even these look, there's a guy pointing at the stuff with some copy. It looks like a testimonial right there. This is literally look at this. Look, both of these, and then let's go to webinar registration. Oh wow, look, it's the same guy. Oh wow, look, it's the same guy. So yeah, that just goes to show that there's no large difference. Thank you. These are just thank you pages where it auto populates with their information for the webinar that they just registered, and any other sort of information you may want to give them, as well as the broadcast room. This is where they actually have to go in order to watch the webinar. All right. Membership access. This is where they sign into their membership area. Normally I'm using one of these. Is like all they need to do is sign in real quick. So doesn't take that much. And then the membership area, which we will go into in terms of figuring out how to build them. But I know for a fact I'm going to need to, like at the time of this recording, October 4th, 2018. If you look on it's not going to let me see it. It'll probably let me show you here. I just want to show you what ClickFunnels is up to. So one of people's problems with ClickFunnels is their membership areas tend to be not the greatest, just in terms of user experience for the people who are buying stuff. But as you can see, Wasabi, they are currently making a way better membership website experience that is, I have a feeling this is going to be like next level, because they have to know that a lot of the stuff that they're doing is like they know what people are complaining about for their product, which is why they're creating this. It's also why they're creating pipeline. They're using a way to make a CRM, make sales calls and stuff like that. So from visitor to buyer. So this is definitely going to be insane once all of this is actually, both of these things are actually implemented. So that's going to be exciting. So for all I know, this is probably out by the time you're watching this, and if it is, there's definitely a wasabi section. Spicy. Wonder why they call it wasabi. But yeah, so that's the membership area for now. Affiliate access. So if you want to have affiliates for your for whatever it is that you're selling, you can actually set them up, like send them to a page where they're able to sign up for an affiliate account, and then they put all their information in, and then after they do that, they're able to log into their affiliate area, and it gives them a list of links that they can use to send traffic to your stuff, which is dope. Um, and you're gonna see one of those on the bottom of Sales Funnel Commando, the sales page, and probably in the membership area too, because I'm gonna show you guys how to create how to be a dope affiliate. And then, as you probably know, like once you're done with this, we're gonna show you how to set up bridge pages and set up an affiliate deal, and where to find good places to actually send traffic to. So ClickPop, never actually used this, to be perfectly honest with you. So, like it just looks like email. Yeah, just looks like boom. I guess we can check it out real quick. But from what it looks like yeah, nothing's. Yeah, it's just an opt-in page. So yeah, it's just another opt-in page. I'm not entirely sure why they call it a ClickPop. I remember him mentioning it, but I always thought it was something else. Miscellaneous, these are just different pages that they have that you can take. And then, so yeah, that is the funnel builder side of things. Let me take it to settings real quick. So if you ever want to change the group tag, you can do that. If you ever want to change the name of the funnel, you're able to do that. You're also able to add domains, your domains here. If you do this will take you to the settings part, where you're able to actually add domains. But once you have the domain added to your ClickFunnels account, this is where you would attach it. This is where you put any sort of custom code that you have. You can change the path of the funnel overall. You can put your thing on test mode, Stripe. This is where you add your affiliate stuff, which we're going to get into. So where you add your zaps. This is where you do this, and then you can archive your funnel right here. I don't think you can delete funnels, but you can definitely archive them. You can reset the stats. You can share funnels with others, which you'll see links to various funnels that you will have access to, and then you can clone your funnel right here. So let's just let you see this real quick. So boom, there it goes. Let's just go to all funnels, and boom, copy of email funnel example, and you will see everything pop up right here. The one thing you need to know about cloning funnels is that, and this will give me a chance to show you this as well. This is where you add products to your order forms and your upsell pages. Whenever you duplicate a funnel or clone a funnel, it is not going to clone over the products as well, which is, I don't understand why, but it's not like that's one of those things I don't like about ClickFunnels, that because you have to re-go in and add all the products in and then attach them all to the membership area over again, and it becomes a very tedious process. But just know that that's a thing. Also, I can't remember off the top of my head, but I think if you have anything integrated, I don't think it transfers that over as either. So let's say you have, and I'll get more into this obviously, but let's say you have an email opt-in page, and then right here where this will just load real quick, boom. So look at how nice she looks. That's pretty dope. So like let's say you have this integrated with your email integration. I believe that detaches as well. So just keep that in mind. And that's about all for the funnel step navigation. You're also able to clone funnel steps. You're able to remove certain things from the funnel. So it'll take, let's do this one. Nah, let's do this one. So let's say we don't want this in here anymore, but we don't want to actually delete the step. We can remove it from the funnel, and boom, it goes right here. So you don't have to delete it. And then if you want it back, just add it back to the funnel, and then we can place it wherever we want. We can fully delete a funnel step. We can clone a funnel step, which is dope. Boom. And then of course it adds it here, so you would have to add it to the funnel if you actually want it in here. And then here we go. So this is where you do split test. If you don't know what a split test is, a very quick explanation would be whenever you send people to this link, so this is the main link for both of these pages. If they click to this, they have a 50-50. So let's say we start the split test. There's a 50-50 chance they'll end up on either this page or this page if they go to this link. And then both of these, so look, that says test. Let's make this one, let's just leave it at that. So you see this one was test, this one was this. If I just go to this link, boom, it went to test. Let's see if it's, sorry about that, guys. I'm putting my phone on do not disturb. Sorry about that, I put my phone on do not disturb now. So cool, it's probably not gonna do it for me right now, of course, when I needed to. I want to, maybe it's because they look exactly alike and I didn't change anything. So let's just take this image out. Let's had a feeling that was an image. And then let's say, well, we're trying to test some colors. Didn't mean to do that. Whatever. It's not that important. All right, so boom, we've made these changes. So now we're split testing both of these pages to see which one converts better. It's not going to take me to this page. Here, I'll just. So if I take this part out, boom. So now you see that it goes to this other page. There's people walking around back there. I just now noticed that. And then that's basically how you split test. Normally it will send people to both, but in this case it was Clickfunnels was just messing with me for a second. And that's one of the other things that's kind of a problem, is that sometimes it won't distribute the traffic evenly, which can be a little frustrating. So then this is where we can start getting into the stats. Right here you'll see opt-ins. There will be another one for, let's just add it in there. Products, product, test, $1 or 12, I guess, create product. Boom. So now we have a test product in there. So that's how you create a product. I'll make a full video about that because there's a lot of integration stuff that has to go into there. But just know that this is where you create the product. And then once I get into integrations, that's when I'll go further in depth with how to do that. Publishing, I don't remember what that is. You can change the path of the published page, but there's basically do that from there. So I can change this to upsell 1. Crap. Okay, cool. It took that part out. So upsell 1. Now, let's go back into stats so you can see how to look at it. Unfortunately, it's not showing the sales part. Not entirely sure why, but you know, there'll be another part for sales and conversions. It'll look very similar to opt-ins. It's probably because there's no order form on here, but basically what this is going to do is you're going to get the control and you're going to get the variation. Page views. This is where it shows you how many people are showing up to this page versus how many people opt in. And then you will get a percentage right here. Uniques mean it was a new user. All is just how many people hit the page in general, because people are going to visit the page more than once, obviously. But you want to see just how are your conversion rates for all, and then you want to try to get this as high as possible. And the way you do that is by split testing. We'll get more into that in general, but let's say this one's converting at 50%, this one's converting at 25. So cool. We know that the control is winning. The control is the one that's doing normal, and you're always trying to beat the control. And then let's say this is winning. So cool. We pick the winner, and it'll delete the variation, and it'll start sending all the traffic there. And then you want to just keep creating variations and keep split testing from there. And like I said, we'll go further in depth with exactly how the best way to go about split testing, and just like what you want to be thinking about and how to get the most out of your split testing process. So we've gone over stats. The other thing is contacts. You'll see a list of everyone who's given you their contact information from any of the funnel steps, whether it be from an order form or an email opt-in page, and then all of them will show up from the last 30 days or all time. And you were able to download a document called a CSV file that will contain every single person's contact information, and you can upload that to Facebook as a custom audience, or you can upload it into your email marketing platform, whatever it is that you want to do that. I forgot I was recording my face. I thought you were just looking at that, to be perfectly honest with you. That's why I haven't been staring at this at all. But yeah, that's how you do it. And then I believe I showed settings already. Yes. So you can copy the URL, visit funnel URL. So that's literally it. Favicon, that's the little icon that shows up right here. You would need to upload it into digital assets, and then get that link and then put it here if you want to change that. So that was a lot, but that basically covered everything you need to know about this funnel step editor. Now that you have learned that, we are going to get into the actual page editor, and you're going to know how to navigate that so you can start building funnels. So literally after this next video coming up, you should be able to know how to navigate the thing, navigate ClickFunnels, like how to move around it, how to build the actual funnel steps, and how to go in and actually design your page. And then once you're able to do that, you're halfway there. And then from there, it's just how do we connect it to all this stuff, integrations and all that. And that stuff is going to be super, super easy. And once we get through all of that, this won't be what's holding you back from you getting money, and you'll be able to learn the actual techniques you can use to sell with this stuff. So thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and let's go. Let's finish learning, man.